Let's talk about the first Fastrack of 2025. Now, I know the Fastrack came out last week on December 20th, I do believe, so literally 1 week ago. Today is Friday, the 27th, and as you guys can probably tell, I'm a little bit congested, and the reason being is that I got sick at the beginning of this week at some point. Yeah, it's been a weird week, and as you can also see, I moved. So I moved the middle of last week and got most of the stuff done weekendish, and then I got sick. So it's been pretty interesting trying to get started on videos again, to say the least. But nonetheless, we are here with the January 2025 Fastrack, and there are a few things to go over. Nothing huge for the overall solo community, but there are some changes for certain things. Some cars getting worked around in classes as well, so we are going to go over those right now. Now, starting off with member advisories, we have in the general section SEB openings. So the SEB has recommended and the BOD has approved the addition of Doug Rouse to the Solo Events Board. Congrats to Doug Rouse. Application to join Solo Events Board. The SEB has recommended and the Board of Directors has approved the addition of Chris DeLay to the Solo Events Board. So congrats to you as well, Chris. And the rest of the member advisories is pretty much just going to be thank you for your inputs. We're used to those, so let's go past them. Into the prepared category, there's also join the pack. So the prepared advisory committee is looking for an advisor to join. Please submit all resumes through the link there, Solo Events Board. I will leave the link as always in the description down below if you choose to click on that. Change proposals. Now, for event operations, this one was interesting to read. So they are talking about reruns and amending the reruns rule. So the SEB is seeking feedback on the following proposed change to 7.4 intended to streamline event operations and permit officials to deal with unusual circumstances when they arise. Now, if you guys don't know, earlier in the 2024 season, maybe like midway through, there were, I think, 1 or 2 events. I know of one, maybe there was a second one, where reruns and things that transpired that caused reruns, it got pretty out of hand. Some of the times were either just completely denied, or some people got reruns where others didn't. I don't remember exact, but it sounded pretty wild. So this is supposedly addressing that. Now, the 7.4 reruns rule read as such before the proposed addition. So reruns will be granted only for timing failure, object on the course, red flag, or other situations at the discretion of the chief steward. It will not be given because of mechanical or other failure of the competitor's car. A minimum of 5 minutes must have elapsed before a competitor may take a rerun. Okay, so the addition is, in the case of significant event delays, the chief steward, this is going to be, I'd imagine, like, something way past 5 minutes or so. The chief steward shall have the authority to suspend Rule 6.8.c. Chief steward shall communicate the suspended rule via the announcer and grid workers prior to the start of the next sequence of runs. Any reruns after the announcement shall be commenced as soon as possible after the 5 minutes has elapsed. Okay, so I'm assuming what that means is that after the 5 minutes are up after the announcement is when the reruns should take place. I'm assuming that's just clarification. Maybe it's just adding more depth to that rule, but there's that. So street category. So Cayman S to BS. Now, okay, this is a little bit interesting. So they are moving the Boxster GTS 981 chassis, that's years 2015 to 2016, and the Boxster S 981 chassis 2013 to 2016 from A Street to B Street. They are also moving the Cayman GTS 981 chassis 2015-2016 and the Cayman S 981 chassis 2013 to 2016 to BS as well. So that is a tad bit interesting. Not sure how well that's going to go over. I mean, those are very well-equipped cars. Probably be some good competition for the Spurs and such. But we'll see how the GR Corolla handles against that. Moving into street touring category, steering wheel weight. So the STAC is requesting member feedback on the following proposed revision to Rule 14.2.d. Any steering wheel may be used, and they are going to remove this whole segment right here that just goes into specifics about an alternate steering wheel assembly, talking about all the mounting hardware and all this stuff. It's just going to take that out, and then have any steering wheel may be used. An alternate steering wheel is not required to have a horn button. That's going to be it. That's okay. I mean, it shouldn't be as stringent for that, but I can understand the whole airbag thing. But if they're taking it out, they're taking it out. Use whatever wheel you want. Classing clarification needed for the Mazda 6. So the STAC is requesting feedback on the following proposed changes to Appendix A. They want to have the Mazda 6 non-turbo in STS, now EST. They want the 6 turbo non-Mazda speed to go to GST, which was STH. And then we have the addition of second generation Chevy Cruze to STH. The STAC is requesting feedback on the following proposed changes, where the Chevy Cruze non-turbo 2011 to 2019 will go to EST, previously STS. The Cruze Turbo 2011 to 2019 will go to GST, previously STH. Now, this next change is pretty neat in my opinion, and I think this will be a good addition to GST. The R32 Mark IV Mark V into STH. So the STAC is requesting feedback on the following proposed changes for moving the Volkswagen R32 from DST, previously STX, to GST STH. Now, I think this is going to be perfect because a Volkswagen Golf in general, it just doesn't make sense to be anything but a hatch class. So there we go, street touring R32 in GST. Next up is ST allowance for coolant overflow tanks. The STAC requests member feedback on the following modification to the street touring allowances. It wants to add 14.10.L.6. Coolant expansion and overflow tanks may be substituted as long as they meet all of the following restrictions. Alternate tank must fit in the stock location, have the volume equal to or greater than the stock part, weigh no less than the stock part, and may serve no other purpose. Okay, so there's that for the street touring category. CAM XS category, please consider rear wings in CAMT. So the CAM/XS committee and SEB are seeking member feedback on allowing rear wings in CAMT. I didn't really know about this. I've never delved into the CAM rules or anything, so I didn't realize that CAMT cars couldn't have rear wings or couldn't have additional rear wings, but apparently they couldn't. So with this supposed change, this would include both commercially available and home-built wings like are permitted in other CAM and XS classes. Update the aerodynamics aid section of the CAM XS rules as follows. So it's going to take out for all classes except CAMT. So it's just all inclusive. I guess every class CAM and XS are allowed a rear wing now. A rear wing may be added and the rest follows. So there you go. It's also taking out rear wings are not permitted on CAMT cars. So CAMT cars, get your rear wings. Hope you guys are happy. Now the modified category. Front diffusers for D-Mod and E-Mod. The MAC is seeking feedback to determine interest in the allowance of front diffusers in D-Mod and E-Mod based on a request from the membership. This inquiry aims to encourage participation growth through allowing time trials crossover into D-Mod and E-Mod. That makes sense, and hopefully they get what they need. Now after that, it is on to the not recommendeds, the other items reviewed, and the handled elsewheres, aka the misfit inputs. Now after the misfit inputs, we have tech bulletins to round out the last bit of this first Fastrack of 2025, and that is with street category coming up first. Request classing for the WRX TR 2024. Per the SAC, please include the following in Appendix A. D Street, Subaru, WRX TR, and TS are now in D Street. In CAM XS category, wheelbase clarification. This one's interesting, but the CAM XS committee does not feel that putting a hard number on the allowed extent of wheelbase change is appropriate in the spirit of maintaining a simplified rule set. Wheelbase changes resulting from caster changes or suspension arm replacements are unlikely to result in a significant change. In addition, the CAM XS committee feels that significant wheelbase relocations, keeping the same wheelbase but moving it in relation to the body of the vehicle, are not appropriate for the category. That does sound a little bit much. As such, the committee recommends an update to the following rule in the body and bodywork section of the CAM XS rules as shown. So in the body and bodywork section, they essentially only added something in the middle of this paragraph. So where it says vehicle wheelbase may not be changed, they also added changed or relocated, as it mentioned in that previous paragraph, except for small changes resulting from the allowed replacement of suspension components. So there you go. There's your clarification on wheelbase stuff, Cam. Request for Avanti to be allowed in CAMT. Per the CAM XS committee, add Studebaker to the list of manufacturers eligible to compete in CAMT. Update the eligible... oh my god. Excuse me. Update the eligible vehicles under CAMT and the CAM XS rules as follows. Eligible vehicles. All vehicles manufactured in North America by GM, Ford, Chrysler. It takes out or and just puts in AMC, and it adds or Studebaker. So you have GM, Ford, Chrysler, AMC, and now Studebaker there. With a front engine rear-wheel drive configuration and body style originating between 1948 and 2000. No electric or hybrid electric vehicles. The last one to round out this Fastrack is CART. Now, 19.1.B.2 changes. Per the CAC, 19.1.B.2, I guess I should start saying dot, is updated as follows for compatibility with external rule sets which are referenced in the KMod rules. In 19.1.B.2, it is adding a little bit more to the nomenclature. So in section 2 of this rule, neck brace and rib protectors. So it adds and rib protectors. So an unaltered collar type neck brace designed for motorsports or kart specific use is recommended. They took out required, so it is recommended, but it's not required now. A kart specific neck brace is also recommended, but not required. And a use of a rib protector is not required, but highly recommended. So that is the end of the January 2025 Fastrack. What do we think? There wasn't much to it, but there was little things. CAMT, you guys really got some good things coming your way, I guess. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about the first Fastrack of 2025. There are 11 more to come, starting next month. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more in the future, please leave a like, subscribe if you're not yet, and ring the bell so you guys will be notified of the next Fastrack coming here probably late January. January 20th is, or the 20th of each month is when the Fastracks usually get posted. So ring the bell, look out for my notification then. And also look out for another video coming here very soon after this one, talking about the situation with my GR Corolla and also plans for 2025. But until next time, guys, I hope you all have had a fantastic holiday season, and going into the new year, keep going fast.